What's up, Taiwan? I'm Louise Watt with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan and the Czech Republic have agreed to help Ukraine rebuild its healthcare sector. The two countries have already worked together to restore Ukraine's energy sector and its water management systems. Taiwan's Deputy Foreign Minister says this new agreement is an example of democratic nations standing together.
Security in the Indo-Pacific cannot be separated from European security. Defending Ukraine is crucial to counter authoritarian expansionism and to deter China.
China and Vietnam are discussing boosting cross-border trade and transportation. That's as Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi visits Vietnam, ahead of a possible trip by Chinese President Xi Jinping. China is Vietnam's largest trading partner. The two countries are looking to upgrade rail links that pass through valuable Vietnamese land. At the same time, Vietnam is strengthening ties with China's competitor, the United States. A parenting website in Taiwan has honored dozens of companies for being family-friendly. As Tiffany Wong now reports, it's part of a move to encourage workplaces to accommodate parents, something that could be key to boosting Taiwan's low birth rate.
Juggling the cost of daycare services with growing work obligations. It's a major concern among Taiwanese people who are thinking about parenthood, and is part of the reason why the country's birth rate is one of the lowest in the world. But some businesses are trying to ease those worries. A parenting website has singled out 26 companies, including Acer, Nestle, and Merck, giving them an award for creating family-friendly workplaces. The awards are given out based on benefits like childcare subsidies, maternity leave, and daycare services. Mr. Ho, an IT worker in his 30s, said these perks were a big help for him as a working parent.
外面那时候我大概准备过，其实行情大概就是1万8到2万。对，那其实公司的部分来说，像我自己来说，扣掉就是政府补助以外，我摊提每个月平均大概就付5000多块而已。
The website found that a family-friendly workplace is one of the main things young couples consider before having kids. A human resources representative at Mr. Ho's company said the idea has been easing the burden of raising children, which is why they provide childcare services for employees.
有一些呼吸侦测器啦，然后像我们会用这个什么无毒有机的食材啦等等，我想他们在小朋友这边送托就会非常的安心。
Employees at the award-winning companies had over 5,000 kids in 2022, equivalent to a third of the newborns in Taipei that year, and they got over $3 million in company subsidies. And the benefits could go both ways. Employers are hoping their family-friendly workplaces will also help them retain talent, growing their companies and Taiwan's population. Chris Ma and Tiffany Wong for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan is looking to tackle its high rate of deadly traffic accidents with a new law. The Road Traffic Safety Basic Act aims to toughen up safety regulations and improve training for drivers. Western media have called Taiwan a pedestrian hell. Around 3,000 people die on the country's roads each year. That's 6 times the number of neighboring Japan. Some have had enough. In August, thousands marched through central Taipei to demand pedestrian rights. Officials have now set a goal of 0 traffic deaths by 2050. Prosecutors say police arrested more than 14,000 telecom fraud suspects from January to October. These scams use phone calls or messages to con people into giving criminal rings money. They've been a growing problem in recent years, and they're becoming more sophisticated. Some even use AI to impersonate people victims think they know. But a crackdown and a public awareness campaign are showing signs of working. From July to October alone, prosecutors returned $13 million to victims. The number of new scams is also starting to level off. Super Marvel, an orchestra for people with autism, is delighting crowds in Taiwan. Reese Ayres has the story.
Pulling strings alongside a famous folk artist, the violin is just one of Wang Rongjian's many musical talents.
我会拉二胡、拉小提琴，还会吹单簧管。
Rongjian is neurodiverse and is on the autism spectrum. But far from being limited by his condition, Rongjian dedicated himself to learning a wide range of musical instruments, and after graduating from university, helped found Supermarvel, an orchestra for artists with autism.
我希望是能够有一个乐团，让这些孩子不再是那么孤单，未来大家可以互相的扶持。
Known in Taiwan as Xing-er, or star children, people with autism spectrum conditions can have a hard time finding work. The Foundation for Autistic Children and Adults reports that less than 30% of people with autism in Taiwan are employed. The CEO of the foundation is confident that projects like Supermarvel can help remove stigmas surrounding neurodiverse people.
希望社会各界看到这些孩子在舞台上面有这样的专业的演出，也给我们更多的机会。
And after a successful live performance a few days before International Day of Persons with Disabilities on December 3rd, the musicians and their fans have high hopes for the group's future.
希望明年乐团能够到美国洛杉矶去演出。
天叶一直每次演完了，他就会问妈妈下一次在哪里呢？有愿望，还有期待，然后这个也是一个很好的良药。
For now, the orchestra will keep practicing to achieve their dream of performing around the world and demonstrating unity in diversity. Klein Wang and Rees for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan is holding its first Design Week in Taipei. The event is held around the world and aims to showcase distinctive local designs. Yu Jinghuang has more.
30 seconds of songs from Mexico, paired with these themes. They're showcasing Mexican designs with Taiwan in mind. These installations are a part of Taiwan's first Design Week. The expo is held in cities around the world to highlight the works of local designers. And it's also an opportunity for exchanges between host countries and global designers. This time, 5 countries answered Taiwan's open call.
我觉得很重要的应该是说，台湾的设计力在国际上能够被看见，而不只是一直在对内做出一个输出。
More than 50 teams are showcasing local designs, such as these mechanical flowers, inspired by a type of flower that only grows in the extreme climbs of Nanhu Mountain on Taiwan's east coast. It's seen as a symbol of the country's resilience. Materials frequently used here in Taiwan are also on display, including some that can't be found in other parts of the world. The east of Taiwan is rich in this mineral, serpentine, and it's often used to make vintage-style furniture. And most of these works are made by teams of fewer than 9 people.
在小编制的团队里面，每一个 founder 都可以贯彻自己的 spirit、自己的意念，然后做出很多不一样的，除了自己的核心的业务以外，做非常多 crossover， 然后做很多实验性的尝试。
Countries can only become members of World Design Weeks after they've held their own Design Week for 3 years in a row. As this is Taiwan's first year, organizers hope they can keep up the momentum to officially join the international design community. Devon Tsai and Yu Jinghuang for TaiwanPlus.
While Taiwan and the United States share a mutual love for baseball, there are differences in the way fans celebrate it. Taiwan recently got a taste of a US ballpark tradition, organs. Leslie Liao has the story.
Taiwan made sports headlines in March when the world got to see its hyped-up, over-the-top, fan-driven baseball experience during the World Baseball Classic. So impressive was Taiwan's stadium atmosphere that the country exported it. Taiwanese baseball cheerleaders toured the U.S., putting on shows at games in California and New York. But baseball exchanges between Taiwan and the U.S. are not a one-way street. The Taipei Dome recently held its debut baseball game, and if you were there, you might have heard some distinctly American baseball sounds. American baseball stadiums often feature organs to help get fans hyped up. Though rare, this type of baseball music has crept into Taiwan stadiums. The person bringing it here is Richard Wong, or Boston as he likes to be called. Boston is a baseball consultant, commentator, and now a stadium musician.
I've been living in the States for about a decade, so I've been to so many Major League Baseball games, and of course, in each stadium there's an organist there. It's a very special feature of the stadium, but in Taiwan it's another style. You don't really see.
Boston realizes that things in Taiwan are done a little differently.
They have the electronic music, they have the trumpet, they have the drums, and they have the whole set, but no, you just don't see the organist.
Boston consulted for the Taipei Dome, and he figured it was a good time to introduce a piece of American baseball culture to Taiwanese fans.
And been involving with the Dome for so many years, and just figured that it's a very good timing for me to bring it to try to play a few different music.
And though it's an unfamiliar concept in Taiwan, fans here seem to know what to do during Boston's performances. For Boston, baseball is not just a sport. It's a way to bring countries and cultures closer together. And to him, Taiwan's game is already quite international. His performances are just one more drop in the melting pot.
Some of the Japanese elements, some of the US elements, and especially the cheerleading thing is most likely the Korean elements coming, so it's good. Baseball is a universal language, and we bring everything together.
Though the world's largest ocean sits between Taiwan and the United States, a shared love for baseball and appreciation for each other's sporting culture is bringing the two countries closer together. Patrick Sun and Leslie Liao for TaiwanPlus.
Hualien County is working to protect the region's Formosan Flying Fox population. Hunting and habitat loss have shrunk the numbers of Taiwan's largest native bat. Charlie Storer reports.
What's that in the night sky? Why, it's Formosa's flying frugivore, the local subspecies of the Ryukyu flying fox, a species of fruit bat that's classed as vulnerable. The Formosan flying fox is Taiwan's largest native bat species, with a wingspan of up to 1 meter. It used to be found in large numbers on Taiwan's outlying Green Island, but overhunting drove it to the brink of extinction there. Scientists estimate that only around 200 individuals remain, with the most stable population, surprisingly, on Taiwan's main island.
台湾有30几种蝙蝠，可是从来没有一只体型大到你张开翅膀可以这么大1公尺。胡蝠在台湾早期其实只有分布在绿岛，那是非常非常特别的一件事情，就是即使在兰屿或者说在台湾本岛，它的记录都很少。
It's now in Hualien on Taiwan's east coast that you're most likely to encounter the flying fox, where the population is believed to number around 50 individuals. The county government has taken note of the parks and even school campuses that the flying foxes frequent, and officials try to leave alone the trees that the bats visit. They also plan to set up a conservation area along the coast. The bats play a significant role in the local ecosystem, as they both pollinate and spread the seeds of the plants they like to eat.
在花朵在盛开的时候，它去舔花，就顺便把花粉扫进了它的雌蕊里面。那雌蕊授了粉以后，才能够结成果实。那结了果实以后，它来吃，它会带到旁边另外一棵完全不相干的树上面去吃掉这颗果实。如果它携带的距离越来越远的话，那表示这个种子就被传播得更远。
Now, conservationists have been going into schools and communities to spread the word as they go to bat for the Formosan flying fox. Lousie Li and Charlie Storer for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website or follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Before we go, check out these newly born white lion cubs in Venezuela. I'm Louise Watt. Take care, and I'll see you next time.